Hi, guys. Thank you for joining us on Crafted, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Tonight, we've got my partner right here, Nico, who's not looking into the camera. He's looking at me. Oh, well. And then we've got special
Hi, Nico.
guest Jason from Depths Unknown, also known as the Degenerate. But that's kind of a play on words because he's actually a really swell guy. And then right
thanks.
there is Skipper. Everybody knows the Skipper. And
Hi, Skipper.
And James is the talking skull down. Oh, actually, he's the ghost of the skull. That was kind of cool.
Hey.
Well, guys, every so often I'm going to have to hit mute because I cough, but I am getting a lot better from this bronchitis, and I almost need to cough now to feel better, but I'm not going to. I'm going to try to talk as much as I can before I have to mute it. Tonight, I was asked to put something in Dr. Anthony's auction that this guy right here is doing on Saturday. And Dr. Anthony, Skipper, you can interrupt and tell me if you want to say more information, but it's to create gifts for kids in Peru.
Yeah,
near the research center.
All right, so what it is at the Amazon Research Center of Ornamental Fishes. Wow, I actually got it right this time.
Nice job.
I think I've been practicing. I'm not sure. But anyways, what they do every year is they try to throw a Christmas party for the kids, and they get the kids gifts. And also, the reason why they do it is a lot of these kids, or pretty much all of them, don't get a gift. So it's just something that they throw for the village, something really good. I really think it's a good cause. Can't wait to see the turnout Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my channel. Also, this guy up here in the corner, my tech guy and part of the Fish Fam auction, he will be there also.
Awesome.
Indeed.
Some of the other crew that we have together with the Fish Fam auction. And then, of course, Dr. Anthony will be up there explaining other stuff. It's going to be great. It's going to be a good thing. Whenever you ask me to do something that involves helping anybody, and especially kids, I'm game.
Well, Dr. Anthony asked me to donate something. I think he thought it would be a fish of some sort. But I don't feel comfortable shipping fish yet. I don't have the proper bags or anything. But I've been working. I have this. I was going to make this, not a snowball pleco, a gold nugget pleco.
Nice.
For the Clash. And it's going to be a much larger one than I normally do. I don't have any of my. I shipped everything. Oh my gosh, my shipping bill was $155 on all those packages over the summer. Next year, I'm going to just ship when the people win it. I'm not going to try to save everything to take a photo like I did this year, because a photo is not worth $155 all at once. But
it's only worth 1,000 words.
I know. Well, so you guys, there's a whole bunch of packages shipped out that hopefully you'll all be getting soon of the winners. But so what we're going to do is I'm going to finish this guy up today and tomorrow. And it's going to be it's going to be a gold nugget pleco. And I'm going to paint it during this episode. I bought some driftwood yesterday at my local fish store. It hasn't been treated yet. He likes to collect his own wood. At Aquatic Aesthetics. And then he treats it. Well, I try to get it before he treats it so he gives me a discount, And I bought a couple pieces that I can cut up and put into things. So we're going to be painting this tonight for the kids. And then this guy right here is going to be auctioning it off on Saturday. So I've got to get this guy done. And then this was going to be for the Clash, but I'll make a new one for the Clash.
Well,
So
and if
awesome.
I may say something, and this is not to detract from your actual fish because you have amazing fish and anybody would love to have them. However, I feel like your fish art is in even much higher demand than your actual fish. So I think that it's awesome that you're donating that because that's one of those things that, you know, you might look and go, oh, that's some guppies and I can always get those later versus, oh, that's a piece of art from Ed that I'm not going to be able to get later. I need to jump on that now and throw a decent bit of money at it. So,
Yeah, this is the first one that has ever gone out on any other way than just trying to win one. And
Yeah.
like I say, this is like 3 times the size of the ones that I normally do.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Jason on the comment that he made because I actually got to see some of his art in person at the Eastern Clash last year. It was the clown loaches that he did. It's amazing stuff. And for all the winners, they're going to be receiving and people that have won before stuff that he has made. You all know, and y'all are going to soon know how amazing his stuff is in person.
Well, thank you. I don't know if I deserve that, but thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Paul Sotero asked if it's going to come with a certificate of authenticity.
I don't know. How do I do that?
Sign it.
Oh, I should have done that I just set out like 15 boxes or 10 boxes. I don't know how many boxes. I should have done something like that for all of them.
Well, never too late to start now.
Yeah, well, maybe after the stream, I'll ask my sister if she can like copy something off the internet for me, and then I'll sign it because she's going to come by tomorrow. She's going to my niece's house. My niece, they just got married 2 weeks ago. That's how I got this bronchitis because it was a really cold on top of the mountain deal that nobody knew about. Well,
Bronchitis was?
Yeah, well, the whole being cold on top of a mountain.
Oh, I see.
I apologize, folks.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Oh my
Well,
God.
you also got a $3 super sticker or chat from Fantastic Freaks.
Oh,
It's the pair giving you a thumbs up.
oh, and I even did the thumbs up. That's weird. That's really weird because I'm in backstage. I'm not even on YouTube. You know what? I should go on YouTube, if nothing else, to give myself one extra thumbs up for myself. And I'm still on James's. I went to James's to give him a thumbs up.
absolutely. We got 53 people here, 26 thumbs up. So I'm sure we can add a couple more to that if you all are enjoying the show tonight.
Everyone else could hit that thumbs up too.
Hey, James. If they really want to hear a good auctioneer, the participants list.
Mm.
All right, we could do that. Let me get that pulled up real quick.
Oh, and I'm going to mute this. So
Say some hellos here. All righty. Oh, there aren't a lot of people on the active participants list, so I'd type something in chat quick if you want your name rambled off. Let me refresh it real quick here. All right, we're going to do it. Hello, and welcome to ABC Aquatic Biotope Creations, Vex Fish Room, Bunny Viper Aquatics, Cat Hair Crafts, Daniel Velez, Danican Aquatics, Deb's Aquapets, Dennis Christensen, Depths Unknown, Fish Streams, Gina P 2005, John Cox, Lady Rorschach, Larry D, Chilihead Aquatics, Mary Beth, Mexicali Fish Keeper, Nathan Heavy, Nola's Dolls and Aquatics. This is just not a good night for me. Normally I can get through them a lot faster.
Tongue's getting in the way, man.
It is. It's my teeth. I didn't glue my teeth in today, so I wasn't eating turkey. Nola's Dolls and Aquatics, Master Supreme Forever, Paul Steros, Fish Freak, Scotty Aquatics, Silver Creek Aquatics, Skipper's Aquariums, Skull Aquatics, Stephen P 2003 Aquatics, Big J's Fish Keeper, and several other that popped in right at the last second. Of course, all the lurkers that aren't on that list, we love you and appreciate each and every one of you all being here, and the replay crew.
It's great to see Big J here too.
It is one of the downsides of dentures. I love it because I can eat all the candy I want and my teeth won't rot out. But every once in a while, there's a day they just don't cooperate with me.
My white's a little too thick. So I'm going to see if I can add some water to it.
What kind of paint is that?
Make it a little thinner.
What kind of paint is it?
This is just, it's called Craft Smart. It's just the The cheap
Acrylic.
stuff you get it.
I gotcha.
Yeah, you get it at Walmart for about 65 cents a bottle. And if this doesn't work, I may have to look for another white. Let's see. I want to make sure it's not. I might try this one here.
Is that acrylic as well?
Yeah, they're all acrylics. I'm going to do this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it's going to look like a snowball pleco tonight while we talk, because I'm going to do everything with white dots. So that way, when I go over it with a yellow, the yellow is going to pop a lot better than being on the black. I did this technique with that discus earlier this year, and the first coat I did, the blues came out real dark, but then I went back over it with an electric blue, and it came out really nice. So, okay, guys, so just to start the conversation of today's Thanksgiving, and we'll start from the top. We'll start at Jason. We'll go down. What fish food are you most thankful for? Like, what is your number one fish food that you like to give your fish?
Grindle worms.
Grindle worms.
Grindle
Wow.
worms.
Do you raise them yourself?
Yeah, I got a little colony going, a couple of them.
Where'd you get your original colony?
From Brienne's Fish Fam.
Oh, wow.
Like 2 years ago. It was been a while now. Long time.
Wow.
So, Nat, do you live kind of near Brienne? Because she's in like upstate.
Yeah, she's kind of yeah. No, I got whatever. When I got them, just shipped. She shipped them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was a while ago, and I've obviously made the colony bigger and kind of divided it. I keep them in these little deli container things. Here, I got them right here. Ooh, sorry, knocking stuff over. It's like a little deli cup thingy. This was red skin potato salad.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
And then I just keep it with like coconut fiber in the bottom there. And then I use like those plastic canvas things, squares. And then I put, I usually just use, extreme bottom wafers is what I feed them the most. But whatever leftover fish food, flake food, whatever I got, I put like this stuff on top of the soil. And then I put the food on it. And then I put wedge it in there.
It's awesome.
Yep. That's my answer.
Well, yeah, and that's like one that you don't have to just keep buying because it just.
That's why it's my favorite. It grows itself. Just got to keep feeding them.
Does it smell?
They can get funky. You got to change the substrate every once in a while. And what I usually do is I usually just kind of take all the worms off the, like, wherever they're gathered at the moment and just dump the whole stuff out and put new fresh coconut fiber in there. You got to get it moist. It's like you got to get the right moisture level where they start to, they don't propagate as quick. That's the hardest part about it, I think.
Well, we're giving up on the Smart Crafts paint because I don't like how thick it is. We'll see how this one goes. Now, this one's too thin.
You can mix them both together and maybe it'll just Goldilocks just right.
Yeah, maybe. I think I'll just find another white. I own like 500 paint.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, then, yeah.
these are the two that I grabbed in case one was bad. And I don't use a lot of white. So I use lots of black, which is weird. But when I do miniatures, you just need just a touch of white with everything.
Yeah.
Other colors seem to really go far. And so my white goes bad a lot. I never really get through it.
I see. So it just dries out or whatever.
Yeah.
You got $10 super chat from Eric Rock.
Why, Rock? Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I enjoyed watching his show this week. I didn't know he had his own channel and show.
Yeah.
And you talk about a guy with a lot of energy. Because I've just seen him on other shows, and I felt so bad that I calling him friend and whatnot, and I didn't even know that he had his own show. But he goes on Tuesday nights. Now, I don't remember what I was. Oh, I had a meeting with James. We had our Aquashella meeting. So I ended up watching his show like late that night. But it was a lot of fun. So you guys,
Yep.
if you want some good motivation, go watch him.
Oh yeah, he's full of cheer and energy.
Anyways, his thing said gobble gobble. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Oh, thank you. Wow. Eric, you're awesome.
You also had some membership milestone chats. One from ABC Biotope Creations, member for 1 month, says Happy Thanksgiving to all.
ABC. That's his. Oh, there's something upstairs that I got from Ricky De Hoya's that I was going to show 2 weeks ago, and I never did. Ricky, I'm going to do it next week because I don't want to get paint on it.
You also got one from Cat Hair Crafts, 5 months. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Cat Hair.
And Oink Master Supreme Forever, 3 months. Ever have a tank project supply become a disaster?
Oh, yes. Probably too many times. I think I have, because I like to have fun and experiment with things. Oh, and you know what? We can all go through a different disaster or, mess up. But I know my next one that I'm going to do. Core Adorable what she's done is she's bought some of that electrical PVC pipe. Electrical PVC, a lot of people don't know about it, but it's gray PVC. It's just like the white.
I thought it was just regular black PVC pipe.
No, hers was gray.
I think you can get both, either one.
Oh, well, if you can
Depending
get
on
black, it'd be better. I've been buying a lot of the red and blue, flexible stuff now. It has a different name than PVC is.
PEX.
Yeah. But I don't know if you can get it in the 2.5 or 2-inch pipe. But what she did was she bought electrical PVC. It looks like about 3 foot, maybe it's 2 foot. And then she probably ran it. I'm guessing she ran it through a bow saw or a table saw or something and cut it right down the middle. And then she probably heated the sides up and bent it. PVC bends pretty easy with a torch, and you can bend it. And she put it up against the glass, and it comes out through the substrate, and the Cory cats go down into the hole. It's so cool, guys. So I want to do that in my 125, and I just hope I don't mess up because it's a lasagna. It's my very first planted tank, but it's a layered tank of different substrates. And I have capped it off with 2 inches of sand because I was just getting tired of dirt.
Sorry.
What's up?
That was the bell for the 2 inches of sand, isn't that what, like the Father Fish thing? He has a bell for the sand bell.
I don't know. That's awesome.
I forgot about that.
But I have to cough again. Sorry.
I just happen to have a bell here.
Well, and then you got another membership milestone from Bex Fisher. Glad to see you're feeling better, Ed, and happy Turkey Day.
Thank you so much. This was a different Turkey Day than normal. Normally, my family gets together for Thanksgiving. We play games, and we just have football in the background. But my dad still has the bronchitis pretty bad, and now my mom's picked it up. So mom's starting to cough. She's been coughing for about 3 days. We're going to take Dad to the doctor again tomorrow because he's had his ammonia flu shot. He's had a lot of shots, but we looked it up, and he can still get pneumonia or ammonia. What is it?
Pneumonia.
A pneumonia from bronchitis. So, he's getting up there. So, and it's been weird because it's in your bronchial tubes, the infection. So when I was coughing real bad, I'm not coughing like I was, but I would get lightheaded. because it
Yeah.
like cuts your oxygen off into your lungs. And my dad still has that. He got it first, and so we really need to get my dad better.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Well, and you did also have Liquids the Only Fins using that 4-month membership milestone super chat. And also Rico earlier in the stream typed and said, James, please tell Ed I said hi.
oh, well, I bet you now Rico would be here. We've got Jason filling in for Rico. Rico is off at his oldest son's house, I believe, which is somewhere upper state New York than him, or maybe it's more southern state.
I was
Somewhere
gonna
in
say upper state.
somewhere in the
It's pretty
state.
upper.
And he's traveling with his family today. So you be safe with Michelle and the kids and have a good night, Rico. We all love you and have a Thanksgiving. Oh, and there's Color Guppy. We love him. Oh, and Scotty. Oh, I can see a whole bunch of Patty's here. And then I see StreamYards has said something. But yeah, thank you guys all for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
So nice. Yeah. The one thing I didn't have for Thanksgiving was potatoes.
I don't think I did either, actually.
We had a smaller Thanksgiving dinner, and Mom said, "Do you mind if I just don't make potatoes?" And we're like, "Mom, you just make," or my dad and I were like, "You just make whatever you want to do." So, but we had turkey stuffing, cheesy cauliflower casserole.
I was completely stuffed until you started talking about food. Now I'm
I
hungry.
know I need to stop. It was very good.
That's awesome. Yeah, I ate way too much. That's all I know. But it was great.
Okay, so let's go. I never heard what Skipper. What food are you thankful for?
Well, I have a bunch of corridors, so I actually like to use the Bug Bites bottom feeder formula.
Oh,
That right there.
yeah, I was feeding that to my Synodontis.
Yeah, I do that to them too once in a while. But I've been looking, since black worms are so stinking expensive, I was looking for a form of it in pellets that'll sink to the bottom. I found some on Amazon today, and it's from
You said black worms.
black worm pellets.
Okay.
And because the reason why I figured out, I talked to a couple people, you can get the flakes. But how I found out that they can make it into pellets is because of an axolotl that my son has. Whenever I went to, that'll be nice. Whenever I went to Fishtoberfest, I had asked Kenny and Danny what they feed theirs, and she showed me what she fed them. It's a mixture of stuff. It's pellet form. It has bloodworms, earthworm pellets, and then I forget what the other pellet is made out of. And I was like, man, I want to try that. So I did, and oh my god, that axolotl is growing like crazy right now. But I found the black worm pellets today on Amazon, so I want to try that out, see if that makes a difference in breeding.
Who makes that black worm pellet?
I can tell you here in a second.
Because I think black worms is a great food.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
That would be my second choice.
Do you have live black worms, Degenerate?
I do, yeah.
Wow, you just got the live
culture
stuff.
them. I've had that culture been going for years. Sorry.
It's made by Aquatic Foods.
Okay.
But
Nice.
yeah, because they're expensive to buy. I guess something had happened and they got real expensive. And then you also get the problem if you put them in your tanks. Some of them you get leeches.
Yep.
So
Well,
we'll see how it works.
Degenerate, did you get rid of your leeches before you got them? You have them?
Yeah, I have them in a little 2.5 gallon, little fish tank, right?
Yep.
It's got like maybe half an inch of gravel in the bottom, and that's it. The sponge filter. When I first got them, I just put it in there with no gravel and let them soak for a day. And most of the leeches, there was only like 1 or 2 leeches. They came up, started crawling up the side. They were easy to spot out of the mix. You know what I mean?
Oh, nice.
Usually when you get the black worms, like some of them, a lot of them are already dead. That's kind of, and they're already in like sewage water. That's disgusting what they sell that stuff in.
Yeah.
So I rinse them real good and then like kind of let them soak, and then some of the leeches come out and you grab them, feed them to fish if you want, or just get rid of them. I got rid of them because I don't think I had any fish that were big enough to eat leeches, and that was the last thing I needed in my life was leeches.
Right.
You know, but yeah, after that, then I put them in the tank, and they've been in that tank ever since. And I've been feeding it like, I just feed it what is it, the little Hikari algae wafers. That's what I feed them, and they look like a couple pellets a week. And then I chop them up every once in a while and make sure I get more of them.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, no, never mind. I thought I put the bad white in, but that's the good white.
That's looking cool.
Yeah, I know. It almost makes me want to just leave it a snowball, but I'm not for sure how the snowballs work. I just know that this thing has spots literally everywhere on its body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an
That's
awesome
a-
looking
yeah,
fish.
It's going to be tough by I've got to get a perfect yellow spot on top of every white spot, but I'm just dotting it. So the dot should pretty much be the same, I really like using Q-tips.
Yeah. Seems convenient.
Nico's original name was Q-tip.
Really?
Didn't know that.
So like
but
when you adopted them, that's the name they gave them at the adoption place or something?
No, he was just dropped off. I used to live out in the country, and
Okay.
he was dropped off. And I'm probably thankful for Nico. He's such a
Oh,
good
yeah.
boy. Maybe after we talk about our food, we could all talk about a thankful pet we have. But he was dropped off in front of my house, and I took him as a kitten, and he would pull all my Q-tips out and play with them. Like he'd jump up on my sink, and when I was at work, I'd come home and there'd be Q-tips everywhere in the house, all over. So I thought it would be a cute name for his name, and he never responded to it. I'd say, "Hey, Q-tip," and look, he still doesn't do it. Q-tip, look at me. Well, he kind of turned his head. Q-tip, Q-tip, Nico.
Oh, no, Nico.
Well, but
That's
there's
cute.
like certain words that cats respond to, and one of them is cat.
Okay.
And pretty much across the board, if you say kitty or cat, they're going to look up at you. So I went with other languages for cat to see if people developed cat as in knowing that cats respond to that tone, that word. And Nico is Japanese for cat, and he responds to Nico.
Interesting.
Wow.
And Pufa, he responds to that, and that's for cat. So it's like,
That's fun.
but I decided maybe my next cat would be Pufa. Instead, I ended up with baby cat, but she responds to because it's cat, baby cat,
Yeah.
and she just walked in when I said her name.
Well, you're gonna have to get a all white fluffy one if you're gonna call it Poofa.
Yeah.
Poofa.
Oh my gosh!
That's so
And then
funny.
I got up for a minute during James's stream because Bobo, my mom's cat, got shaved. And he normally looks like a 20-pound cat. Now he looks like a 3-pound cat.
No kidding.
And Nico was terrified of him. When he first saw him, Nico would run away like crazy. And baby cat just felt so sorry for him. She
That's
kept coming
funny.
over and sniffing him.
Did you ever see one of them hairless cats?
Oh, yeah.
They're creepy. I would run too.
Yeah.
I
Well,
have a coworker that has one. It's she drives around with it in her car too, like on her lap. I'm like, yo,
They're evil looking.
Well, it's got
Bobo's
issues.
normally taken care of, but my dad let him go outside. My dad used to have outdoor cats, and they would sit with him in the garden while he worked and stuff. And he really likes having an outdoor cat or dog to talk to. And so he let Bo go out. But Bo is a fluffy, puffy cat. and this big Himalayan, and we just never could get the sticks and stuff out. He ended up
Yeah.
just turning into a giant fur ball.
Mhm.
So
yeah,
we,
them fluffy cats turn into
Mhm.
magnets.
Those Himalayas are crazy. Yeah, I had a roommate that had one of those.
had to shave him completely. So he's got fluffy arms and a fluffy tail, and that's it.
Yeah.
Well, James, what is your most thankful fish food?
Mine is going to be the most controversial of
Ooh.
live foods, and that is
Ooh.
live baby brine shrimp.
Oh.
I've vinegar eels and and the nematodes and all of that, but I just, with all these different live bears, the live baby brine has really been the kicker in mass production for these guys.
Nice.
Solid food.
Very good one.
That's a good one, James. Nice.
Now-
And it does have the recurring cost behind it, but I've found that it really gets outweighed by the sheer quantity of reproduction I've seen, at least, anyways.
Yeah, but I mean that cost is. I mean, if you think about how many batches of baby brine you get out of if you buy a big enough container, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's kind of
Yeah, I
really
do
cost
the,
effective.
it is. I buy the big can of the Aquarium Co-op eggs. Tried some other ones, but they're the ones that I really like. And
Yep.
it's
I use them too.
very small cost when you look at what you're getting for it.
Oh yeah, it's a big.
I'm still using my San Francisco Bay can. As soon as I get done with it, I'm going to try some of the co-op stuff because I bet you I'll like it a lot better.
Yeah, it's nice.
Have you ever been asked a question? The difference between the frozen and the live, is it equally better or a little bit worse than feeding it live?
Live is a little bit better. You have more minerals that aren't being destroyed from the freezing process, like the fats or something in it doesn't break down because it's not frozen, because it's live. You also get the fish get allowed to, kind of chase it down, which is natural for them. So live is always better than frozen. But that said, I have froze my own live brine shrimp.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that would be like if you had leftovers, and that way you could save it. Okay.
Yeah,
that or
exactly. Yeah. It's gonna lose a little bit, and then the next day it doesn't always taste as great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like same kind of idea.
Yeah.
Well, it
Yeah,
depends.
or-
Sometimes it gets better with depends on the meal, but
If
I
I'm
can
going to go
see-
out of town, and sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
oh, you're right.
I was just say with the freezing, if I'm going to go out of town and don't want the missus to have to deal with hatching brine shrimp twice a day, I'll make a huge batch, freeze them up into cubes so she can still feed it. I don't have to go buy frozen, and so it's another good use
Right.
for it.
I'm lazy. I'd rather make a whole butt ton at once and then freeze some and not make it every day.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, and especially if you're feeding it, like if you're using it, it's like if it's sitting in the freezer for a long time is when it starts really degrading. You know what I mean? But if you use it on a regular, like you're cycling through it pretty quick, it shouldn't be a big deal. I don't think. I think, and there's also you got to be careful. Like, well, brine shrimp is one thing that's just highly nutritious all around because of how whatever nutrient dense it is, I guess. But like other foods, like grindle worms and blackworms and whatever, you got to make sure you're like gut loading them too, or it's not going to be as. Might be better to feed what's the frozen foods because they might be gut loading them at the factory, trying to get them fat and sassy.
Gut loading the worm itself.
Yeah, like you got to feed the worm something decent if you want it to be a decent food source for,
I got you. I never thought about that.
That's why I use those bottom wafers for the grindle worms and the whatever the hikari stuff for the blackworms and stuff. And I'll use flake food. I have a bunch of flake food. I sprinkle I have like one of those big cans. Everybody has one of those like cans of flake food that's expired. It's been expired for 5 years, and you're still using it.
Oh, yeah.
Those are perfect for the worms. They don't care.
That's awesome. I've got a whole bunch of my aquarium box food that's expired.
Yeah, perfect worm food.
I've been saving it in case there's ever like a nuclear war or something. And then
What,
the
you
fish
get-
are just gonna have to suck it up. That's their rations. But
Mhm.
What are
yeah,
you talking about for yourself?
no. Well, that's
It
what
gets
the
real
fish are for.
Yep. That's funny. Like 37 endlers tonight for dinner.
With some grass on the side.
Yeah, a little bit of Java moss. John Cox said, Daphne and Moena are a smaller type that are great for BBS. Yeah, I've not done the Moena. I have Daphnia Pulix, which is a bit smaller than the Daphnia magna. But one thing I have found is you can use different types of nets to kind of sort them out. So you take a net that's got a little bit bigger mesh to it and run it through there, and it'll pick up the larger ones. And then I can kind of pull all the larger ones out and have just smaller ones left over by kind of going through different mesh sizes and nets, just depending. But
Yeah, that way you're not
we'll
killing your little
go
ones
ahead. Yeah.
right off the bat, right?
Or
Yeah.
if I'm specifically looking for some little ones, I can like pull all the big ones out and put them into a new. I'll do that sometimes if it's getting to where it's doing the boom bust thing and it's about to crash. I'll pull all my big ones out, and a lot of times I'll go through because I've got a lot of smaller live bearers right now, so they really go nuts for those Daphnia.
How do you culture your Daphnia?
I'm super lazy with it. I just use green water. I don't feed them. I just use green water. Do water changes with
Nice.
green water inside. I will be doing some actual auto once they get moved, but right now I've just got I've got a 1 gallon milk jug or water jug, and then I've got a separate culture that's in like a 4 gallon tote. It's one of those plastic totes you'd get for like your file folders, like if you were gonna put that stuff from a filing cabinet in there. And just take green water from outside.
Nice.
But I like to keep some cultures, if you will, that I don't just have Daphne in it. That way, if I want to take and donate some to the club at the meetings, it's not got maybe mosquito larvae, or like I've got one culture that's got scuds in it too. And that way I know that it's just Daphne and Pulix that I can take and do it, because maybe somebody doesn't want, some mosquito larvae in there or some other type of organism.
I need to talk to John sometime and let him know. I don't know if he knows about the fish club that started in Nashville.
Oh, you talking about Select Pet?
No, John Cox. He lives in Murfreesboro. That's like a suburb of Nashville.
Sweet.
And they would love to have a brain like him. Oh, no, I touched it from the wrong side.
No.
I got to be careful. I don't want to get white blotches on the black, you know?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get excited.
It's all right, man. I understand it. Cat Hair Crafts has a question. He says, all this worm talk, question, what is wrong with earthworms, night crawlers?
Actually, they make fish food with earthworms in it.
I think maybe the only thing I could see wrong with earthworms is they might not be that nutritious of a food. Like, that's the only thing. Just because, like, it's kind of like, I don't know, more like fats and like, I don't know. I don't know how nutritious they are, honestly. I just think they might be.
You might get
like,
more out of them.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad food, and put it that way.
Mm-mm.
I used to feed mine some. I would get it from Aquarium Box. They would send me one every like couple months. My fish loved it. It was like their favorite flake.
Do you know that earthworms are an invasive species in North America?
No.
What?
Did not know
Yeah.
that.
The pioneers brought them over. Like the
they're
original
great
settlers.
fishing.
Right, but they are an invasive species. And there are parts of North America that they haven't gotten to yet, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Wish I didn't live there.
The two biggest things that I'm familiar with in terms of quote unquote hazards of feeding earthworms are like pesticides that are used around your house. Like if you've got somebody, doing lawn maintenance, or if you're spraying pesticides, But also in terms of like the fishing worms that you would go and buy, is that some of those are actually collected via chemicals where they'll soak the ground with a chemical that causes the worms to come up. I don't recall exactly what that chemical is. It's not something substantial enough that they care that it's being fed to a food fish or a game fish, if you will. But it is, I guess, toxic enough that you don't want to feed it to your fish constantly. But you can get certain companies do aquarium fish safe collection methods. My local fish store, they carry a line of worms, and that specific company, the collection method they use or the harvesting method, they don't use any chemicals or anything to harvest them. So,
Wonder if they use them electric rods, these electrodes. That's pretty
they
neat.
may. It is, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
Zap
did
'em.
a worm farm, and like one of the things that they love to eat is coffee grounds. So I used to feed my earthworms coffee grounds. Well, somehow I must have got a roach egg in there with my worm farm, and I had a roach come out of my worm farm one day. I opened it up, it ran out, it was like that big, and I said nope, and I dumped them all in the compost and never did it again.
We're done with that.
Nope. That experiment's over.
Yep.
Probably had a heart attack when that thing ran out too.
Oh my god, yeah, because you open it towards you so it can spray it out. Oh,
No.
Leaps on your chest. Ah!
it ran under the car or the lawnmower or something. I kept it in the garage, and I never found it. And it's like, son, there's a roach in my house
Still
now.
out there plotting.
Well, it's in Missouri now.
It's crazy.
I can't do bugs. I've caught rattlesnakes. I'll do sharks. I don't care. Piranhas. I can't do bugs. I am
There's
a
actually a
total
lot
girl.
of people. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are like that though.
Roaches are so nasty because they're
Yeah, roaches are just
they're all
wrong.
shiny and clean and brown and ugh.
So Select Pet wants to tell you, Ed, he's lurking. He got this on the TV. He's speaking of the Nashville Club. Did you hear that he will be speaking at the December meeting, Ed?
No way. What date?
Well, he just said December.
Well, they go the first week of every month. So it's probably like somewhere between the 1st and the 7th of December.
If it's a Saturday, I think it's a third.
So he's probably speaking on the 3rd at 3:15. I don't know. I'm just guessing at that time. But at the Nashville Club. And John, I will do everything I can to be there because I would love to go hear you talk. John's really cool. And I've got some of his goodies, and they are doing really well.
Nice.
So I'm gonna throw a shout out there. This is for our local club and an awesome person in our local club. Fish Stream said, I would like to cultivate black in Grindle. No clue how to do Grindle. I'm sure there are a lot of people, and probably some chat, how to do Grindle. But the East Aquatic Association YouTube channel, they do all of the talks, meetings every month. And we've got a lovely lady in our club. She's must have a dozen different types of live food. She did a talk, and part of it was the grindleworms were in that talk. But over a ton of different live foods and how to keep them.
It's not
Nice.
Cynthia. It starts with a C. Oh, gosh, what's her name?
Cassandra.
C. Cassandra. Yeah. She also did an episode with Sean Peck, and it's a really good episode to watch. She is the master of the live foods.
I was gonna say fish streams. I have a live stream I do every Sunday morning, and I cultivate grindle worms and blackworms, so I could go over it.
And what time is your show, and what's it called?
It is called Easy, and it is 9 a.m. on Sundays, Eastern. It's early.
Early.
I've watched it, I think, live once or twice.
Yes, I do remember you being there once or twice.
Lately,
Didn't go to bed
I'm
yet.
really terrible, and I haven't been waking up till 2.
Hey, I don't blame anybody.
Uh,
Can't make it, can't make it.
oh, but look at my awesome new shirt.
I've been meaning to mention that like all night long.
I,
Just haven't found it. That's an awesome shirt.
yeah, you can also find Jason on Saturday morning cartoons on the 503 Shanna. Wait, what's Shanna's show called?
503 Aquatics.
Not 503 Shanna not Shanna. 503 Aquatics.
There you go.
And look, your shirt's really fancy. It's on the back also.
Yup. Nice.
And it's not black. Are you happy about that?
Yes, I am actually. I was impressed that you got the I can't remember, it was charcoal, I believe is the color.
Jason hates people that wear black.
What? That is not what I said.
Well, I guess
Yeah, that is. He
did
actually,
not say that.
before the stream started, he said, "James, you need to go off camera because that Science Gal Aquatic shirt is. I'm going to have
It's
to drive
black.
down there and
No,
backside."
yeah.
Well,
That's
I
not
guess-
what I said I don't like black t-shirts is what I said. That doesn't mean I hate people that wear black t-shirts.
I guess he hates my black fishfam.link hoodie right now. Then
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
But it's a hoodie. So he understands it helps cover your head. And that
Right.
helps everybody.
Yeah, exactly. That helps the
Does
world.
gets rid of all the ugliness.
I was lucky enough to bring a hoodie to my cousin's wedding or my niece's wedding. I wore my Tennessee Titans. No, not Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Volunteers. That's what they're called. Leather jacket I bought for $25, I think, at
Nice.
what's the not the at the Salvation Army? Is that where you donate stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's never been worn. It's like really hefty duty, thick leather. It's probably like a $400 jersey not jersey, but jacket that somebody bought
Yeah.
someone, and I
Nice.
bought it, and it's like a 4X, so it's like plenty of space, and it makes
That's
me
nice.
look like I'm a real live Tennessee guy. And she was marrying into a bunch of Wisconsin people, so not Wisconsin, West Virginia. So you gotta
Okay. I was
rub
gonna
it
say,
in.
whoa.
We don't care about Wisconsin people. Badgers are cool.
Is that what West Virginia is?
No, Wisconsin's the Badgers.
Oh.
I used to kind of root for them because a girl that I used to run around with all the time loved them. But so wow,
That's looking really good, man.
now all that white is going to turn yellow.
And it was all yellow.
Excuse me. Okay, so now how much time? Okay, we're good. We do have time. Jason, is there a pet in your life that you're thankful for?
All right. Well, I'm thankful for all my pets, but
yeah, but
you
one
know,
particular pet one that is your favorite.
yeah, Monty, my little black cat.
What's Monty look like?
He looks like this. Come here, you.
Now, Monty is always close, so I knew that he would be there.
He was like, I was sleeping. So leave me alone. Oh, Monty came to me one day. I used to see him in the alley, in the streets. He was a street cat, and he used to follow me around when I walked the dog. And then I had extra cat food that my other cat wouldn't eat, so I'd start giving it to him every once in a while whenever I'd see him. And then he came to my house one day, and he was all injured and hurt.
Oh, he actually went to your house?
Yeah, he came in. We had security cameras, and my wife saw it on the camera. I was like, "Yo, that little black cat's at the back door." And I was like, "What?" So I went there, and he's meowing every time he wants love. And I noticed he had he was wounded. Somebody had shaved him.
What?
Yeah, he was in bad shape. He was skinny. So I took him to the vet, and the vet's like, "Yeah, you need some medical care." So that was actually last year, like almost
Hmm.
Like it was like November, middle of November last year.
And now he doesn't leave the house.
Nope. I had to quarantine him for like a month because our cat that we already have, Lily, she's immunocompromised, so she can't have any vaccines. She almost died because she had vaccines
Oh,
the first time around. So the vet's like, don't ever vaccinate her again. So we had to keep them separated to make sure he didn't have anything that could infect her. And then then we had to introduce them. That was a process. But now they love each other. So
that's awesome.
yep. Mine's a little cool, and he's like the friendliest cat in the world too. He's like a snuggle bug.
I got Nico and Baby Cat are both November baby cat or cats.
Oh yeah,
I mean, they were probably born like in the beginning
October.
of October or sometime. But yeah, Nico just turned 8 and Baby Cat just turned 7.
Well, I don't know Monty's actual birthday or whenever it was because but the vet said he was about a year old when we got him. So I just said, well, he's a black cat, and November is close enough. So his birthday's Halloween. That's what I say.
Well, and he wears an awesome cape.
That's right.
I
Where is this cape? It's around here somewhere.
I've been looking for that cape literally for 7 years when I first
Really?
saw one online. Well, it was on
That's
PetSmart's ad, and I like ran to. Well, I didn't run, but I drove straight to PetSmart to buy it, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know if we got that," and they didn't. So then I like went to all the other 3 in the area, and none of them had it. So
Lame.
if I
I
ever,
think I got mine on Amazon.
well, that was Price Smart just to get it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, Nico's gonna hate it after 2 minutes, but I'm gonna still make him
So
wear
is
it for
Monty.
a photo. But so, Skipper, have you ever had a pet, or do you have a pet that you just love?
I've had a couple. Most recent now is my male charcoal mismarked lab that I have. His name's Ruger. He's my little buddy. Everywhere I'm at, he's there. But
That's a great name.
I gotta say my fish, man, because whenever I have a bad day, I just come down here and I can just sit here in this chair. I'm surrounded by tanks, and it calms me. But so
That's
does
awesome.
Ruger. But so I technically have 2, well, more than 2 because there's a crap ton of fish down here. But you know how that is. But yeah, Ruger. He was one of the last pups to be sold because he was mismarked and kind of has like a brindle color to him in a way also in like certain spots on his paws and stuff like that. And yeah, everywhere I go, if I'm outside, he's right there with me. He's always there. So he would be my most favorite pet.
That's awesome. How about you, James?
So, going non-fish and current animals, it would probably be which is mostly her cat, Vinny. He's a big old 23 pound fat
Vinny?
boy that thinks he's just yeah. His name is
I love
Vic,
it.
but if you call him Vinerick, he knows he's in trouble.
Oh,
But yeah. That's one of those you find him in the toilet and you're like, Vinerick, and he's like, I wasn't there.
Gives
But
you the look.
he's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
she
yeah,
found
you gotta have those names.
him and his I guess brothers and sisters were just dropping rocks on the side of the road when they were, maybe 3 weeks old. So bottle fed them and raised them up, and then he turned into this 20+ pound cat. Still thinks he's a little kitten if you put in what we call any kind of fleece blanket or anything. He just sits there and suckles on it and kneads it with his front paws and just thinks he's a little baby.
is he the cat that likes to sit on the roof also?
Yeah, he doesn't really get on the roof so much anymore, but he's like constantly on the front porch. We unfortunately had a couple of our cats. Most of ours are indoor outdoor, but several of them have disappeared recently, unfortunately. So
That's not cool.
yeah, it's one of those things that every once in a while they'll disappear, and unfortunately, on that aspect, we have really friendly cats. So and really pretty cats usually. Like our really fluffy solid white one disappeared about 2 weeks ago, and that kind of broke my son's heart.
Oh.
But we're pretty sure that somebody came in and picked them up because that happens from time to time around here. Another reason we'll be glad to be out at our place so people don't quote unquote rescue our cats because they're outside even though they have collars and things.
That's a
Yeah, people
Yeah.
do that.
Well, James, what is your favorite fish that you own?
That's a tough one. It's a toss up between the zebra plecos and the piranhas. Yeah, I'm hard pressed to pick between either one of those.
L46s?
Yeah, if I had to pick, it probably would be the 46s, the zebra plecos. But I mean, those Caribes, I've had them since under an inch long, and a couple of them are 8 inches plus now. So
Nice.
a lot of time those.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so pretty.
Yeah.
love them both.
Underrated, right?
My favorite fish James has though is Buddy. He's a Senadol Bisher that's silver or a gray Bisher, and he's so friendly. He's always up at the front, hanging out, wanting to see the people. So I really like that guy. But watch out, dude! There's wet things.
Oh, he just put his foot something in the. No, that was scissors. Never mind. I thought it was yellow.
I thought that was the yellow. That's what I thought. I was like, oops.
Oh, he wants the plastic wrap. This is his worst thing. Is he loves plastic, so I can't allow him to have any plastic.
You know what you need to do is get those little crinkle balls. You ever see those things? I have them around here somewhere. They're like it's like a little. They're cat toys, but they're like foil, and they're all like whatever. They're called crinkle balls. Check them out. Cats love them.
I will.
Bet you your cat would love it.
Oh yeah.
He's looking at the fish.
Well, and Ed, I'll tell you, Buddy is in with the 3 ornate Bichers, and they've all started doing that. Like they all are very active up at the front now. So
That's
I can go sit in that chair in front of the tank, and they all just kind of swim around on the front of the glass.
That is super cool. Well, Skipper, what is your favorite fish you own?
Listen, man, that's a hard one. I got at least five favorite ones, and it's hard to choose from. I got my Star Sapphire cichlids right behind me. They're my puppy dogs at the fish room.
Star Fire cichlids.
Star Sapphire cichlids.
Let's see.
I got my African butterfly fish. I got a leopard bush fish that I recently got off of Misfit.
Are those peplins that you
Yeah.
got?
Yeah.
That's a
They don't
big
have the
fish.
white speckles yet. These things stem from Keystone Clash, not the one that just passed, but the year before, 21. First fishing event I ever been at. Went in there and I'm looking at the fish show and I see these. I was like, I got to get some. They were just so freaking cool looking. They looked like, a kid just threw freaking, started throwing paintbrushes everywhere and they get speckled paint on them. You know what I mean? But I also love my longfin Corridoras Paleotis. I got off of Peplin and Foxy also. And I'm starting to really like this axolotl, man.
Oh, yeah? Well, hey, that counted as a pet, not a fish.
Well, it's in water, okay? It don't come out of water. But it's just it's crazy. It's an aquarium alien, I call it.
That's cool. And I can't see anything now. Well, okay. Well, how about you, Jason? What is your favorite fish in your fish room?
That is such a hard question. Man, well, I got 2. I would have to go with I got a whole bunch, but actually 2. Probably be the Pseudomugil cyanodorsalis that I have are pretty high up on my list of favorite right now, just because they're just incredible looking fish. Blue, yellow, black, really cool. And my rads.
I could try to look it up on YouTube, but I don't think it would understand what I'm saying whatsoever.
I'll pull it up for you.
Oh, cool.
At least a picture. That way everybody can see it.
That'd be great. I don't know
So
why.
you're gonna
Nico
find a
is
picture
sitting
that does it
right.
justice. Yeah, this one does it pretty good.
Normally, Nico does not sit directly in front of the camera. He thinks I'm talking to him when I do these live streams.
There, I shared that picture. I don't know who can show the picture, but it's shared.
Oh,
Whoops. Wrong way. That one. That's what they look like when they're those are the
Oh, those
males,
are
and that's when
pretty.
they're all fired up. Yeah. About what is it? About a knuckle and a half, maybe max knuckle length. That's what they get.
I had something like that, but they were Pacific Blue Eye rainbows.
Yeah.
And they
Okay.
had a bizarre looking fin, kind of like that. They looked like a torpedo.
Pacific Blue Eye. That's like the signifers. I can't remember what that. That's a. You're talking about a Sudamugo, right? Like
I got them from Dan's
Blue Eye.
Fish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Blue Eye. Yeah.
Baby cat
Yeah, well,
ate every
that's
one
what
of
these
them.
are.
Oh, do you think that's the exact same fish?
No, but these are blue
mine
eyes.
didn't look yellow.
No, but, the Pacific Blue Eye, I think is a signifer. Pacific. I'm gonna look this up.
I got them from Dan's Fish, and
Yeah.
the
Little
biggest
signifer.
mistake I ever did was put them in one of those rimless tanks, and I didn't realize that baby cat was sitting next. Well, I realized she was sitting next to the tank the whole time, which was very odd for her. And yeah, I think they all jumped out, and she literally ate them all.
Oh, it's horrible. Yeah, the signifer is the Pacific Blue Eye. Yep. Yeah, very similar like body stat, exactly, almost identical, really, except for different colors.
Yeah, they were a neat fish.
Are
Definitely
those the ones you're putting in salt?
They're in brackish. Mine. I have some growing up in freshwater too, and I was gonna put some in my saltwater tank. But yes, I believe was it Luke Wang, the guy that we had on the auction with the plants. He has them in his saltwater tank. He got them at the same place I got them, at the Triple Crown.
I may have to try to get those again.
The signifers,
gosh.
yeah, I would actually really like to get some of them. They're kind of cool.
We're over an hour, guys, so I'm going to end this. If anybody else wants to start up a live stream or something, I don't know if Skipper or Jason, if you guys want to or not.
Bex's Fish Room's going to go after you, I guess.
Okay.
She's doing a Thanksgiving pop-up.
Oh, okay. Well, she probably won't do a panel, so I won't be able to go on there and paint my yellow. But that's all right. Go check out Bex, guys. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thank you for all the super chats, guys. Thank you for being a member. I'm sorry I missed the last 2 weeks. Life happens, and you have family events, and then you get sick out of them. It's a drag. But, and thank you, Jason, for coming on. Short notice.
Thanks for having me.
Skipper, you're always awesome having you here. And James, my buddy for a long time, thank you for being here and doing all the technical stuff for us. Guys, we
Glad to
will
do it, buddy.
catch you next week. Or actually, we'll catch you at the auction this Saturday. And, yeah, this fish will be up for auction, and it'll be done, and it'll be on a block on wood with driftwood and everything. So we'll see y'all there. Was there anything else I'm supposed to be pushing or helping support?
Well, you got
Fish Fam Christmas, but
Yep, be looking for Fish Fam Christmas coming out in 2 weeks.
That's soon, yeah.
Yeah. Gosh, what else is? I don't know. Just go to Bex and she'll tell you all the good stuff.
absolutely.
I'll
Link
mention everything
is
you
in the
forgot.
chat. Link in the chat for Bex. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Maud.